Aquarius, what's going on? What's shaking? I hope you're really well. My name is Madam Butterfly. You are most welcome here. If you're new, thanks for clicking. If you like the reading, don't forget to like and subscribe for me. And if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you're all doing really well. So let's just get into it, Aquarius. Time for you to make some decisions. That's what's coming up here. So you have, kind of your mini reading here, okay? So the Judgment card and the Six of Cups. So the Judgment card, you're making decisions, okay? And this comes out further later in the reading. And with the Six of Cups, I feel very much like you're making the decision to kind of go towards happiness and love here. I feel like you weren't sure. You're coming into your proper purpose here, which is truth-seeking, which you'll probably find has been kind of activated towards the end of last year. You maybe find yourself kind of spending more time alone, like maybe looking for more answers, kind of feeling a bit more unsatisfied with the kind of state of the world than you usually are. You may not have wanted to hang out with people so much, but I feel like there's someone here, either someone you're already kind of in the fledgling, I feel like it's very early stages of a relationship with, or someone who's trying to get it off the ground with you, but you're really not sure. Like, I feel like almost because it's kind of almost a little bit to me like you're a bit fed up with the world, and because you've kind of discovered this new kind of psychic thing about yourself, because I feel like you're listening to your intuition a lot more, and because you're finding out really cool stuff about the world and like spirituality, I feel like is what you're doing at the moment. It's almost like you're kind of almost like, like, am I going to bother with love? Like, I don't know, I'm kind of happy by myself, like I'm learning things, like, I don't know, I'm kind of okay. But abundance is coming to you, okay? So like, this is a love reading. It could be about money, but this feels more like it's almost like you're learning to let the happiness in. With the listen to your gut, I feel like, okay, so with this person, they may be holding back a little bit with you, but they're a little, basically they feel like you're too good to be true. They're a little bit in awe of you, and I feel like they wonder if you might have someone else because you've been toing and froing with them a little bit, or because you've spent all this time alone. They're wondering if you've got someone else, but if you're suspicious of them because they're not being as forceful, let's put it that way, like as bold with you as that you think they should be, like they're asking you to kind of listen to your intuition, because I think you know better than that. I mean, if your intuition's telling you that this person's a scumbag, listen to that too. But like, if your intuition is telling you that this person is like, above board and legit, try not to let your paranoia kind of take over. And I say that non-judgmentally. I'm a Gemini. We're all about the paranoia and the overthinking, but they're just letting you know that this person is trustworthy, and it's maybe time to kind of let down the walls and like let happiness and abundance in. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you don't trust it so much. It's almost like you're a little bit suspicious. You're like, this doesn't feel real. This person, like they seem too good to be true, or like nothing ever goes right for me, or maybe not so much that, just like a healthy suspicion, I think. But they're kind of letting you know that you don't have to be suspicious. Like, this person's on the level. I'm just going to get a wee drink. Okay, so current energy. There's a brand new beginning that wants to come in here for you, Aquarius, and I feel like it already has. The last month or so, see, I feel like you have been doing this kind of introverted truth-seeking thing. You maybe just not been in the mood to socialise. Not that we really can, right? But even like you may find yourself not really wanting to return text messages and stuff at the moment. But I feel like you're coming out of that because it was done on purpose to kind of move you into a new perspective, like a new perspective of yourself. because I feel like because your intuition is more honed now, you're going to be able to trust people a bit more and kind of let your guard down with them and let them in a bit more. Because, you know, that's kind of something I feel like maybe doesn't come so easy for you. But there's a very sweet, this person's very sweet, and it may be coming in quite fast with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands here. Like, it may be quite, you may have met this person quite suddenly and you kind of weren't down with how fast they wanted it to go, so you stepped back or something. But it's a very innocent, sweet, this person's very sweet. Like, they're very innocent. Like, the love that they have for you is very innocent. I feel like they are worried they're being too naive. But there's success here, Aquarius, with the Six of Wands. And there's a movement here. You're moving into it's almost like a totally new chapter of your life. You know, it's going to be much more peaceful, and like this kind of burden that you always kind of felt like you had to keep up your defenses, and like you weren't really going to let anyone in. It's kind of almost like that's coming down now and you're letting it go, and you're like allowing the abundance to come in. Do you know what I mean? It feels like you're not fighting it anymore. Yeah, see, with the Eight of Wands here, this is fast communication, okay? If you're in separation with your person at the moment, I feel like you're maybe both holding back a bit, but I feel like they're holding back because you're holding back. But I feel there's going to be some kind of fast communication here on both sides. But it's going to allow you to come in out of the cold and kind of move away. See, the Seven of Swords is like moving away from like ideals and like situations that don't serve you anymore. Like taking what you can from them, learning what you can and moving on. You know, because I feel like you've kept yourself out in the cold for a long time. And it's kind of like, it's like a lack of trust, it kind of feels like to me, but you're becoming, that's what that Eight of Wands is, you're becoming more open. That's what it is. So it may not be that fast. I do feel like this is going to happen quite fast though once you let it in, Aquarius, but I feel like this is you becoming more open and like kind of willing to express yourself more. And it's gonna take you in out of the cold, like this kind of like this isolation that I feel like you've kept yourself in for a little while, or maybe for a long time. So this person, this is like a higher self relationship, okay? You know, you guys have kind of already decided before you got here that this was how it was going to go down. And with the Lovers card, this is kind of confirming that. It's kind of like a soulmate, past life type energy where you're both connecting to your higher selves. This person, you make this person very happy. Like, they really do see you as just, like, this is your card, Aquarius, but they really do, you bring a lot of life, life and light into their world. They do kind of just see you as a star. They're quite intimidated by you though. I want to put that out there. Like, this person may be quite shy. Or they may, just with you, be quite shy. But they're quite guarded with you. It is almost like they kind of feel like you're too good to be true with the Star card. But you make them really, really happy. And you know, they have a lot of love for you already. Because I feel like this is the early stages of a relationship. But it's a very pure love. Like, this person is, I don't want to say childlike, but they're very innocent. Do you know what I mean? Like, this person has no ulterior motive. Like, they just want to love you. You have I miss you, so I feel like you are kind of in separation here, and I feel like you took yourself out of it. Or like, you might just be giving them kind of monosyllabic or very short messages, like quite sporadically or something. I feel like it's you that's kind of ended it here, and it's someone you already know, okay? That's interesting that that came out again, because this is a message from your person. I feel like they're kind of asking you to let down your defenses a bit here and kind of let them in, but they do put you on a pedestal. And this person's telling you they've been hurt in the past as well, you know. But you know, they are thinking really long term with you here, Aquarius. They're thinking wedding bells. So near future, okay, like 2 to 3 weeks, couple of months. It really depends. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on like what's got to be sorted out kind of upstairs before this can happen. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get comfy. Like how much work you've been doing on yourself, like how much you're resisting the process. Excuse me, like how much you want it to happen, okay? But there's healing here that has to happen before this can really take off. And I feel like you're both still kind of healing a little bit. You're still quite up in your head about this. I feel like they are a bit too, but I do feel like it's more so on your side that you really haven't decided what you want, if this is what you want. Because I feel like they've kind of almost made this offer to you, and you're still thinking about it. You're still like, I don't know. You have a lot of decision cards here. You see you have the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, which is also a decision card. 2 of Pentacles, like weighing up your options, trying to decide what it is you want to do. The Moon the Moon card is kind of being unsure about things. Like the sun is not really shining, so it's not very clear to you at the moment, but I would say that's probably because you're still sort of healing and trying to work out what it is you want to do. So this is going to be moving quite slowly, I think. Because you're kind of deciding here, like, is this worth it? Like, is this something that I want? Like I was saying earlier, like, some of you may have been alone for so long that you're kind of like, well, I don't know, bitch, you might, like, disrupt my schedule. I kind of like living by myself, or, like, I kind of like living my own life. Not really sure where you'd fit in, to be honest. I feel like you do really like this person. But there might just be, like, it's almost like a little bit of stubbornness here, Aquarius. That you don't want to give up your freedom, which I completely understand as a Gemini. I feel like you're really considering it quite strongly before you make a decision. See, in the outcome position, you have the Hermit with the 10 of Swords, so I think you're going to go for it. You could prove me wrong, of course, you know, that's why tarot readings can change, you know, because people make decisions and stuff. But I think you're going to go for it, and you're going to start reciprocating a bit more with this person. There's going to be an ending here to kind of old cycles that I do feel like you were keeping yourself in this kind of defensive mode, but I feel like that's one of Aquarius's lessons that you have to learn at the moment, is like kind of letting the walls down a bit so you can let people in, because you guys are going to have like a pretty special job to do in the coming centuries. So I feel like you're going to have to step into that role a bit more, because I know you're really sociable and stuff, but I feel like you do have your walls up. Maybe just a little bit more than like some of the other signs, you know, but you're very cautious. I feel like that's kind of coming to an end, and you're going to give your heart to this person in a very, you may be doing it quite gently and shy at first, but I do feel like you are going to kind of offer your heart to this person, and they're going to offer theirs to you. I feel like they've already kind of offered their heart to you though when you're deciding. But with the Temperance card, it's going to be a very balanced relationship, which I feel like Aquarius couldn't have anything else, because you like things to be equal, you know, you like things to be fair and just. This person's also going to tickle your brain, I feel like in a way that other people are not capable of doing. That's kind of why you're giving this person the time of day when you maybe usually wouldn't even really bother that much, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's going to be you're going to balance, it's a very balanced relationship, you know what I mean? And with the Page of Swords, it's kind of stepping into your new life here, Aquarius. Like you're leaving your old points of views and perspectives behind you. And I feel like not just in love, but in terms of kind of what you've learned about yourself very recently. You know, you may not have believed in any like you may find that you're kind of believing more in like the spiritual side of things since kind of like mid-December. But you're stepping into a new life here, leaving behind kind of self-limiting beliefs, you know what I mean? And like feeling like you shouldn't trust people, and feeling like you don't really want to let people in and you have to keep them at a certain distance. It's kind of letting all that go. It is a new life with the Tower here, Aquarius, and sometimes, you know, the Tower, it represents a new perspective. Like there's going to be a lot of new perspectives here for you, and working past this devil energy. So even when you're in the relationship, I feel like you're going to be working past this devil energy, but you know what, they're not going anywhere. With the Ten of Cups here, there's a lot of happiness in this relationship if you want it. And I feel like you are going to decide to go for it with this person. It may just take you a little while to get there, but you know what, this person's not going anywhere, because they just think the world of you. They just think you're the mutts nuts. They really do. But I feel like it's you that's going to have to make the decision here. And you also got Odin. This is from a new deck. What deck is this? Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. And interestingly, this is the first card that came out for your reading, and this is Psychic Insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is and follow your intuition. I'm just going to give you the Cliff's Notes because it's quite long. He helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. He also helps us recognize that it's okay to have insights into what's happening next. You're being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. So I feel like you already know. There's part of you that's arguing with yourself, that intellectual side where you're going, but they haven't made a move, and I don't see why this would go anywhere. I don't see why this would be different to like all the others, you know. My logic is telling me to just not bother with this person, blah blah blah. But your intuition, I think, is telling you to go for it, because I feel like you can already see your future with this person. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. And I hope you liked the reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, you know, if you did like it, don't forget to like and subscribe for me. Thank you for watching, and come back and see me again soon. Bye.